What's good, YouTube? We're here with a video. Got my little cousin with me. We're reacting to a video. We're gonna change it up. We're not gonna be doing like no gaming shit this time. We're gonna be doing like just regular videos on some chips, you know. This time we're gonna be doing Killer's son realizes cop have found the murder videos. How do you feel about this, bro? Like, what are you thinking about this, bro?
Bro, I think that's kind of crazy. Like, imagine like you kill someone, right? You don't think they have the videos. You might get away with it, and you're like, damn, they found the videos.
And the thing is, like, the video was posted 7 months ago. Obviously, like, it's probably taking some time, and it's coming out now. But like, bro, this happened 2018, bro. That just shows you, bro. Don't do, like, literally, if you watch Flight Reacts, he'll tell you, bro. Don't do dirt, bro. And in the big 2025, bro, you're gonna get caught, bro. You're cooked, bro. Like, this, I want, like, you're on camera from the moment you leave your house, bro. Like, facts, bro. Like, it's not even a joke, bro. From the moment you leave your house, you're on cam, bro. It's not, it's crazy, bro.
Because now everyone has Ring cameras, bro.
Ring cameras. You might live next to a school. They might have cameras in the school. You might live next to a store. They got cameras in the store.
Fucking
your neighbors could literally have cameras. Like he said, they have Ring cameras, bro. You could literally be on camera from the moment you leave your house, bro. Stop doing dirt. Go get a job. Go do something you're passionate about. Whatever you want to do, just go do it. Pursue that, bro. This dirt shit is not it, bro.
Working at 9 to 5 is better than that shit.
Dirt videos. We're gonna get into it now.
9th, 2018, police in the small city of Wadsworth, Ohio received a
Never heard of this.
Of course it's Ohio, bro.
Nah,
of course it's Ohio, bro. Ohio just is having the craziest things happen over there, bro.
What the fuck is going on in Ohio?
I have no idea, bro. Alright, no more pausing. If you guys speak, would you put it on mute and just speak like that?
A friend of ours stopped over there yesterday to check on her, and she was nowhere to be found.
Okay.
He says papers were on the porch for the last 3 days.
What's their name?
Margaret Douglas.
Margaret Douglas was 98. Her
Damn.
relatives worried that she hadn't been seen in 3 days.
She lived a long time, bro.
Police to
98 is
report that she was
crazy.
missing. At nearly 100 years old, her age was usually their primary concern. That she might have had a fall inside her house or otherwise experienced a health issue. It therefore rang serious alarm bells that she couldn't be found inside her house at all.
We don't know where she's at. She's 98 years old.
Did she live there by herself?
She lives there by herself, yes. And she never locks her house.
Where was she? What had happened to her? And what did this Ohio teen have to do with it?
Yeah.
This is the chilling story of Margaret Douglas's tragic demise.
No way. Let's see.
Wadsworth
Bro,
is
I
a
feel like what
small,
would a teenager
pleasant
have to do
suburb
with
of Akron, Ohio, with a population of 24,000.
Yeah, if you're a young, like as a young kid, you should not be getting into nothing like this, bro.
Especially with a 98-year-old.
With a
Come on,
1
bro.
in 663 chance of falling victim to a violent crime, far lower than the rate in Ohio generally. No one thinks that they will be that 1 in 663, least of all an elderly person mostly confined to her house. But when Margaret Douglas went missing, her family feared the worst. The Wadsworth police initiated a search for her. At 98, she was considered a vulnerable person. They first searched the house in case she'd fallen in a less obvious place, calling her name in the hope she'd answer, but she didn't. Then they broadened the search, canvassing the area for sightings. It became clear that the last sighting of Margaret alive had been on April 5th at her home, and that the last time her friends and relatives had heard from her had been 2 days earlier, on April 3rd, nearly a week before the search began.
Investigators are at the home of a missing 98-year-old woman.
Yeah,
There's
there's
all
been
of
a
my
lot of
rules
questions
everywhere, huh?
about what exactly happened here. We know that a family member was in town right before this woman went missing.
On the evening of April 9th, as there continued to be no luck in the search for Margaret, Howard and Cindy Leisure arrived at Margaret's house to help. Margaret was Howard's aunt and had no children of her own, with the result that her nieces and nephews were her closest family and looked out for her like she was their mom.
Sorry we're yawning, bro. We're just mad tired. It's literally about to be 1 o'clock when we're recording
She would
this.
take with her when she left the house, including a red wallet she used
Well, we
to
doing this
carry
for
her
y'all.
cards and
Facts.
cash, and the
Hopefully we get some
clothes
viewers
she
off this one.
Howard went to
Some
look in the
subscribers.
closets to see what he could find and made a truly tragic discovery. The clothes had been pulled down from the rail to pile up on the floor of the closet. He spotted one of his aunt's shoes beneath the pile and leaned down to take a closer look and discovered his aunt's murdered body hidden in the closet of her own house.
And the police didn't find
The
it?
closet was tiny,
How the
only
fuck did
1.5
they,
by
if they're
2.5
searching the house,
feet, and and Margaret's body had been contorted to fit inside it. She was in her nightgown, which was torn. She had bruises to her head and face and marks on her neck that suggested she had been strangled. The condition of her body showed that she had been lying there dead for a few days, since about the time she had been last seen. Forensics examined the crime scene, taking samples of DNA and fingerprints, which they tested against Margaret's relatives to rule them out. The samples did not match. Whoever had killed her was
I feel
at
like the
this
relatives
point
want to be
unknown
helping
to
these
the
people
police.
get
They
murdered.
began
What happened?
to suspect
I feel like the
a
relatives want to
burglary.
be fucking
This was
helping them
because
if they did the murder.
Margaret's
That's
red
crazy.
wallet was missing. It wasn't surprising
guess
that
you
there
gotta
were no
check everything.
signs of
But that's the
forced
thing, bro. You
entry
can't
in the
even be
house
on the type of
because
timing no more. Like where it's like, you can't be on the type of timing no more. It's like, oh, because they're a relative, they get ruled out, bro.
It's
In
not
this
even,
world, bro, a lot of people, especially, I'm gonna say this now. If there's money involved, bro,
they're definitely killing you.
not definitely, because there are loyal people in this world, but like, money will make people do wicked things, bro. Things that you would never even think of doing, bro. Facts. That's facts. Money will make somebody do something that you never expect them to do.
Well, money's a rule for all
neighborhood
evil.
and the support of those who lived around her. She couldn't have known that someone would take advantage to invade her property and take her life. The only other clue in the house was a plastic food service glove discovered in the backyard. This suggested that the killer had had the forethought to prepare for the crime, so as not to leave any DNA or fingerprints behind. But in their haste to get away afterwards, they had dropped this key piece of evidence. What did the glove mean? Who had left it there? Had Margaret been targeted, or was this a random killing? To discover the answers to these questions, the investigators interviewed her family.
Does she have a power of attorney or a will or anything then?
No. We've been telling her she needs a will, she needs this. She never gets take the time to do it.
There was no one who stood to gain financially by Margaret's death. She was also a peaceful, friendly person.
Any problems with her? Does she want to argue with people or anything like that? Nothing?
No.
So there's no money
This
behind
was
it.
what
They just
Howard told the police, and Cindy concurred.
I think, you know what was my, like, thing? I think the guy was trying to break into my house, and then he was trying to steal some shit, and then when he got in there,
But we don't even know who it was, if there's like a break-in or nothing. They didn't show signs of a break-in, so we don't know what's going on.
that's what I'm thinking.
That's what you're guessing right now?
Yeah.
Let's learn a bit more about who Margaret Douglas was.
There's no money, no one's in, like, she was in
Born
beef with
on
no one.
September 15th, 1919 in Akron, Ohio, she had
Damn,
two
bro.
sisters and one brother,
1919,
all of
that's
whom
crazy. I wonder what
had
life was
died
like
by
back then.
2018.
Honestly.
She herself had lived through
Okay,
many
They
of
put
the
this shit in
20th
gray and black, but if you
century's
think about it, it looks like
major
me and you
events:
in there.
Crash,
Yeah.
the Second World War,
But I don't
moon
think about it like
landings,
that.
and the fall of the Berlin Wall, to name but a few. She rarely left Ohio, but lived a fulfilled and vibrant life there, working at an
Damn,
O'Neill's in
1919.
Akron as a young woman, which
Look-
gave her
look
the
at the cars in
opportunity
there.
to meet a lot of people and suited her outgoing nature. After World War II, Margaret married the love
That
of
kinda
her
looks like a
life,
pier in Boston.
an Army
Like,
veteran named Donald
Yeah, it does.
During the Freeport?
who worked
Yeah.
at the Ohio Match Company. They moved into the house in Wadsworth that Margaret would live in for the next 70 years. Though they did not have children, they were satisfied with their lives together, traveling, going to ball
She didn't have
games,
no kids?
especially the Cleveland Indians, and gardening. Donald sadly died in 2000, but Margaret chose to remain in the house they'd shared, since it was situated in a friendly community that held good
That looks like a
memories
nice,
for her. She
Yeah.
was
HOA.
close with some of her neighbors, who kept an eye out for her as
Looks
she
like
got
no one
older and
bothered,
more
no
infirm,
one-
including a man
I wanna
named
look like
David
that, but not in
Klinkenbeard,
HOA,
who checked
right
on her
now.
a couple of times a week, and she
Stories
knew
that I
all the
heard.
kids in the neighborhood. Howard and Cindy would do her grocery shopping for her as she became more confined to her house, and she relied on this support network to keep herself healthy
That's
and
fine.
safe,
She got neighbors
never
to help her
suspecting
do
that
groceries and
someone
stuff?
would try
Yeah.
to harm her.
My
deliberately.
grandma has that.
I used to do that for the lady that
This
used
was
to
a
live downstairs
crime that
before she
struck
passed.
at the heart of
I used to
the
like every
suburb,
time
and
I
everyone
kids
wanted
would do
it
groceries, I
solved.
help her bring
Police
them upstairs.
continued
That was
to
an old
canvass
lady?
the area,
That lived
and
on
they
second floor
uncovered
where
a
she lives right
string
now?
of
Yeah.
car break-ins where small items and change had been stolen. They also wanted to speak to David Klinkenbeard, who wasn't answering their calls. They continued to investigate until the officers noticed someone watching Margaret's house, smoking a cigarette. It turned out to be David Klinkenbeard. He no longer lived in the area, but he wanted to know what was going on and had been conducting conducting his own amateur investigation. The police found this suspicious. He seemed to know details that the public weren't aware of, such as where Margaret had been found and what she'd been wearing at the time. So, on April
He just sold
11th, 2
himself.
days after she was found, they brought David in for questioning. He said he'd last seen Margaret on Wednesday, April 4th, when he'd come over to help her with her trash cans.
You didn't come by on Thursday or Friday, not Sunday.
Same nigga wanted to
He
go
said
do.
he'd come by again
That's
on
what it seems
Sunday,
like.
April 8th, but she hadn't answered the door, and not
Same
wanting to
information.
go up in case she was
That's
in a
crazy.
state of
Saying
unrest,
information the
he
public doesn't even know?
contacted a neighbor to let her know
Or the
he'd been
police
lying
barely
instead.
even know.
No, the police know, but they didn't, you know?
Margaret was
They didn't put it out there for
dead.
anybody to know that.
This too aroused police suspicion, but when they tested his DNA against the DNA found inside the glove from the backyard, it was not a match. David was not the killer, simply a concerned friend who wanted to know what had happened. This was not back to square one for the investigation, however. They still had the reports of cars broken into in the area, and one crime in particular was of interest. It had taken place in the early hours of April 8th, the day before Margaret's body was discovered. It was a carjacking, an extreme escalation from the reports of petty break-ins, and it had taken place very near to Margaret's house. The victim was a local man called Paul Shalod. 50 years old, he was a church worker and a charitable Good Samaritan. So when he saw what appeared to be a young man, not even 20, limping down the sidewalk in the early hours of the morning, he told the investigators he pulled over and asked if this young man needed help. This would turn out to be a grave mistake. The second Paul got out of the car, the young man sprang to life and dived for the driver's seat, making off with the car in a flash. However, this
Yeah,
story
totally
wasn't
crazy.
quite adding up. Police found Paul's car abandoned right near the site of the carjacking, undamaged. And when they reviewed nearby CCTV footage, Paul's story was revealed to be false. The young man hadn't been limping, and Paul hadn't stopped to help him. In fact, they'd had a lengthy conversation, with the man leaning into the passenger side window before the man got into the car. A further few minutes passed before Paul suddenly jumped out of the car and the man sped off with it, the only part of the footage that matched with Paul's story. That Paul had lied was highly suspicious. It was the investigators' only lead in Margaret's tragic death, so they presented the footage to Paul and asked him to explain himself. Nervously, he did
Why are
so,
you visiting
and
Paul?
it turned out to be another false lead.
What do you mean why they investigated Paul? You didn't hear what Paul said?
What do you say?
Paul told a story, right? You guys probably peeped it already. But Paul told a story. He lied in the story. He said that he pulled up to help a guy that he saw limping early, like late in the night, early morning. And when he jumped out the car, the guy jumped through the door into the driver's section and stole the car.
Mm-hmm.
But when they looked at the cameras, they found out Paul was lying. Paul sat there and conversated with the guy. Then the guy got out, and then the guy just took the car regularly. He wasn't like just the guy just stole the car from him. They was actually just like chilling and vibing.
And then he drove. And then he like got
The
out
guy
the car.
drove off.
He drove off normal. He wasn't speeding or nothing.
No,
Damn.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like, Paul, what are you lying about, bro?
Why would you lie for?
App to try to hook up with
Also,
men.
that's what they're trying to
This
figure
was
out
why
right now.
he'd lied about how he met the young man, because they'd arranged it on the app, and he didn't want his church to know. He told the police that they'd met as planned and begun a sexual encounter inside his car when the man suddenly snapped. He forced Paul out of the car and drove away. Frustratingly, this angle led the police nowhere. There was no way of finding out who the young man was or if he'd been involved in the nearby killing. Still, the investigators continued to focus on petty
That's
crime
crazy.
in the area,
I think it is
looking
young
for
man.
anything out of the ordinary, and they found it. On the night of April 13th, 4 days after Margaret's body was discovered, the police department received several calls about 2
4
young
days.
men behaving antisocially in Margaret's neighborhood. They also received a call about a break-in to a trailer at a nearby construction site, and one of the perpetrators had left their phone behind at the scene of the
No,
crime.
bro.
This phone belonged to a young man called Zachary. Zachary was already known to the
How
police
do
for
your
petty
phone behind
theft
a
and
break-in,
carjacking.
bro?
But
That's
this time,
crazy.
On the
they
B&E,
wanted
you
for
leave your phone
something
behind, bro.
far
You need to
more
stop
I don't
doing
even-
them, bro.
I don't even think you should bring your phone.
They found him sleeping in his car in the local high school's
Idiots, bro.
parking lot, and they brought him in for questioning. When confronted with the evidence of his cell phone, he admitted having committed the break-in at the construction site, though he denied any involvement in Paul's carjacking, and he did not admit to the murder. But the CCTV footage taken on the evening of April 13th didn't only show Zachary, it showed someone else too. When the investigators revealed they suspected him of killing Margaret Douglas, Zachary cracked under the pressure and confessed that he had an accomplice.
He
An accomplice
folded.
who had planned all of their petty crimes and had himself done something much
Nah,
worse.
I'm for a fucking pancake here. That's crazy.
This accomplice was named Gavin Ramsey.
Gavin
was 17, born in March 2001. The second oldest of 4 boys, he'd always been something of a troublemaker and had been attending counseling on and off for the last 10 years.
Don't say
At
that
the
keep on
age
working.
of
Why keep
10,
on breaking
his
in and stuff? Keep on doing
psychologist
crazy
at the
stuff.
time had noted that he
Wasting
chased
money.
his siblings with knives,
Pretty good
presenting
looking
a
like Clinton's still
legitimate
breaking in.
concern that
It's just
he
all this
might
not
harm
working.
himself or someone else. Now, at 17, he drank and used drugs, and his mother was concerned that nothing she tried was having an effect to better his life. She accompanied him into
That's
the
all they be
interview.
missing. They missing
When
an
the
ass
police
whooping,
brought
bro.
him in,
That's what
they
kids miss
initially
nowadays.
only
An
asked
ass
about the petty
whooping, bro.
thefts and
I
break-ins.
swear if you get the video, the shit beat on him, bro.
Did you rummage through glove boxes or anything?
Maybe like 50 times, but other than that, seriously nothing.
But then they moved on to Paul's carjacking. This was when the mood in the room turned.
We had a carjacking,
Oh my god.
and the suspect is a young white male with a nice complexion and blue eyes. Is that you?
Gavin reacted emotionally.
Thank you so much. Is there something else you need to tell us?
She already got me some trouble. I know.
Bro, he's folding with no pressure, bro. They're like,
Gavin
they have,
asked to
okay,
speak to the
here's the thing. They have no evidence against my boy. None.
And he
They only have that. We heard it's a guy that kind of looks like you.
He
Your
gave-
friend told us it might have been you. But we have no evidence besides he say, she say right now to put cuffs on you. And he was like, they literally brought up a carjacking with a guy named Paul, and he started crying.
As soon as he started crying, it was covered.
It was
He
cooked.
over,
It
bro.
was over with, bro. What can you do after you already started crying about nothing, bro?
I would have heard that. I would have been like this. What?
I was like, me? No. Wrong guy. Actually, the guy over there on fucking Fifth Street, it was him. I heard about it.
detectives.
Don't put on some random guy named Bill. What the fuck are you talking
Carjacking
about,
with
dude?
his mom
I'm
out
gonna
of
say
the
it's the
room.
white kid named Tom.
Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, it was me. I'm gonna be honest about it.
However, he denied any interest in Paul's sexual advances.
You guys didn't talk about what kind of sex you were gonna have,
No,
or
I didn't. I don't know. It's not something I'm interested in. Just the act of him getting a payback. I guess I don't know. That's like it's karma, really. Like if you're gonna do that, like I'm gonna rob you.
This spoke to an aggressive criminal mindset that he'd arranged to meet up with Paul only to punish him for a perceived transgression. The investigators pushed on to the matter at the heart of this interview, Margaret Douglas's murder.
there's no reason that we would find your DNA inside her house because we swapped the hell out of that house.
Gavin denied involvement in Margaret's murder. At this point, the police only had evidence of his petty crimes, so they let him leave with his mom. But they had one request. They asked to see Gavin's phone. They told his mom they were looking for evidence, maybe that Gavin had been victimized by men like Paul. But what they found would break the case wide open. Gavin's Google
You see that
searches
picture?
was
She got
full
beaten.
of searches victimized
I took a
by
picture of her
men like
sleeping in her
Paul.
bed.
What they found would break the case
Bro,
wide
that's
open.
sick. That is sick.
They took a picture of her sleeping in her bed.
Yeah. That's sick, bro. That is actually sick,
Bro,
bro.
I'd be sick to my stomach if that shit happened to me.
Bro, how can you take a picture of an old lady sleeping in her bed and then literally go in there and kill her?
Do you know what's gotta be the do you know what's gotta be the scariest moment? Someone takes a picture of you in your bed, sends it to you as it goes, I'm in your house.
Bro, that is sick, bro. This guy, look, okay, so ready? This is the jail, right? This is the jail. This is him. Right under that shit, bro. He needs to go right under the jail, bro, on dogs, bro. On dead dogs, bro. It's crazy, bro.
Google search history was full of searches for the Margaret Douglas case. And far worse, his camera roll contained photos and videos of Margaret Douglas herself, taken the night she'd been killed, Friday, April 6th. At first, they were shot from a stalkerish vantage point, while Margaret didn't know she was being watched. And then they escalated as Gavin attacked. He strangled her and then proceeded to shoot footage of her dead body, including of a sexual nature. These images and videos were kept in a secret folder named Dark. It was password protected.
She's dead, bro.
Its password was murder.
Why are you raping somebody, bro?
The police brought Gavin back in for questioning. Armed with this concrete evidence, he could deny what he'd done no longer.
So, were you in her house for a little while before you woke her up?
I mean, I came up on the porch, but I didn't even know what I was going to do. And I looked in the window and everything.
Oh, he needs to be in jail. He's sick.
God damn. How do you take a video of
Gavin
that shit?
admitted to killing Margaret, but claimed he hadn't known what he was doing at the time.
By the time I even realized what I was doing,
Come on, bro. You took pictures of this shit, bro. You know what you was doing.
too late to stop everything.
So when she died, was she on the couch or on the floor?
Gavin described in detail the act of killing her when she woke up, horrified to find an intruder in her house taking pictures of her. He also described how he'd hidden her body in the closet, piling clothes on top of her so she wouldn't be found.
It was like adrenaline and shock at the same time. So like, 1 second I'm like, I don't know, adrenaline. You know, and the next thing you know, it's like an overload. I don't know what's happening.
The investigators acted with sympathy to his claims of adrenaline and confusion, coaxing him to open up before he made a further sick revelation.
I didn't know whose house it was at first until
Had you talked to her before? I know we discussed this a couple times, but
I was doing the, like when I was 13 or 14, going to shovel jackets and stuff. You know, when I was actually doing something good.
Gavin, who lived in Margaret's neighborhood, right around the corner from her house, had known her. Before his turn towards more antisocial behavior, he claimed to have been a helpful kid, helping his neighbors shovel their driveways, including Margaret Douglas. But knowing her
Definitely did that
attacker
shit.
hadn't saved her.
I think about it a lot, and I feel like bad about what I did. Like I don't like I feel bad. I know it's wrong, but I can't express the emotion.
if she was here, what would you say to her?
I'm
And that
sorry.
nigga definitely got 25 years.
That never. That was
He's
never
getting
gonna
life,
happen.
bro, hopefully.
If I could take it back, I would.
But Gavin couldn't take it back, and the picture of remorse was complicated by his next admission.
I'll be honest. This Saturday, like 5 days from now, I was gone.
What did you say?
You're gonna run?
I just needed gas to get somewhere. I didn't care what happened.
If the police hadn't found Zachary, and if Zachary hadn't told them about Gavin, Gavin might have escaped without ever facing justice for the awful thing he'd done to a defenseless elderly lady.
Unfortunately, I think you would have hurt more people. Was that in your plan?
I mean, that wasn't in my plan, but I could see that happening.
It seemed the police had stopped a potential serial killer in his tracks.
He talked about him really being able
An arrest
to
made
kill
in
more
connection with
people.
the death of a 98-year-old Wadsworth woman whose body was found inside of her home. Police say they have a 17-year-old in custody
Nah, he
for the
definitely
death of
got
Margaret
17
Douglas.
is
Douglas's
crazy,
body
bro.
was found in her
What are you
Point
doing
Street
at
home
17
last
trying to
Monday,
kill people,
hidden in
bro?
a closet beneath various items of clothing.
They placed Gavin under arrest and executed a search warrant on his house, where they found gloves matching the type found in Margaret's backyard. They also found her missing red wallet, stolen from the scene as a trophy. Related to the carjacking, they found a bottle of Hollister cologne stolen out of Paul's car. And most chilling of all, they discovered a journal in which Gavin had written out biographies of famous serial killers and described his own murder fantasies. On one page he wrote,
No, pause it.
"I
Go back
just
to the
wanna
letter.
fucking go off on someone." Biographies
No, not that. Not
of
that.
famous serial killers and
Wait a second.
described his own
Pause it.
murder.
Bro, what? I'm a murderer, and I'm plotting on how to kill him. Then he notices me watching him from a distance, so he stops playing and looks at me. Then I start walking towards him, so he runs into the woods. That's all he did. This is skit ideas. He wants to do a skit, maybe a movie of him killing, like, trying to kill somebody.
Skit ideas?
Yes, skit ideas at the top. If this is your idea, it's fun, bro. You need help, bro. You need help, bro. People
But
that have
you know
if
the-
you have a friend that wants to do something like this, bro, ban him. Don't hang out with him no more, bro. He's gone.
Call the police, bro.
Call the fucking police.
Do you know there was a serial killer that he killed 21 people, right? Think about this. He kidnapped people, right? Brought them all the way to a cabin, blindfolded them, right? He let them go. He said, run. He would take a hunting rifle and he'd get them in the woods, and he knew the whole woods, and he let them go into the woods and he'd go hunting for them, bro.
That's sick.
For fun.
People are sick.
And then
bro.
he'd go into the woods and he'd kill them and he'd eat them.
People are sick, bro.
Fantasies.
I got no
On one
words.
page he wrote, "I just want to fucking go off on someone and beat them until they're not breathing anymore. I honestly want to take someone's life. I want to know what it would feel like to stand over someone's dead body." The year before the murder, he tried to gain employment at a funeral home, possibly to fulfill some of these gruesome ideas. He hadn't succeeded, and so he'd taken to the streets looking for victims instead. Although he was still 17, Gavin was charged as an adult with aggravated murder, aggravated burglary, kidnapping, and abuse of a corpse. The DA did not charge him with the alleged carjacking because they did not want to distract from the severity of Margaret's murder. He was arraigned in June 2018 and initially pleaded not guilty. However, when his team's motions to suppress the evidence of his cell phone were denied, he changed his plea to guilty in November 2018. He was evaluated by psychologists in advance of his sentencing hearing.
Don't do that, bro.
With multiple disorders, including conduct sadism disorder.
Facts.
His mom
Nothing to do
claimed
with
that her son's actions were as a result of his new Zoloft prescription, given to him in January 2018.
That's
The
crazy.
pages in the journal had been written before that time, and this did not mitigate his sentence. At his
It better
sentencing
not have.
hearing, Gavin spoke, using many of the same words he'd used in his police interview.
I'm so sorry for what I did. I'm constantly living in bad shame because of it.
He
She's
never
mad as shit in the
referred to
back.
Margaret as a real person he'd murdered, only talking about it and what he'd done. The judge did not believe his supposed outpouring of remorse. As he'd been 17 at the time of the murder, he was not eligible for the death penalty. But Gavin was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Without parole, damn.
Not damn nothing. This is exactly what he deserved.
However, in 2021, Ohio's
Good thing I kept going. I was about to end it, but good thing I kept
56
going.
was passed. which banned minors from being sentenced to life without parole, making Gavin eligible to appeal for parole 25 years later in 2043.
I called it 25 years.
Margaret's family is firmly against this possibility. Her great niece wrote, "There are criminals who cannot be reformed. Gavin Ramsey is one of them. The law needs to be amended to consider individuals like Gavin Ramsey,
Bro,
who have demonstrated the
keep him
evil
locked
that
up,
lies
bro.
within them. A kind of
Stuff he
evil
had in his
that
notebook, the
cannot be
pictures that he
reformed
took,
or
But the pictures
videos
alone.
of the victims of the lady, videos of the lady literally just sitting there in her house chilling, bro. That is outrageous, dude. Outrageous, bro.
Under
This
the
dude right
current
here.
law, Gavin will be in prison until at least 2043.
That's nuts.
I hope his case does
What do you
not be
think
trial,
about this?
bro. Shout out to the Decoder. Shout out to you, bro. That is a crazy, 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 crazy guy. Crazy video, crazy outcome. Don't know what to say about it.
At the end of the day, if you were getting interrogated, do not fold like that. That was crazy. The way he...
At the end of the day, fuck what he's talking about. If your boy is out here doing stuff like that, send him to jail. Send him to jail. Keep him locked up. Put him under the jail. Call the police if he tells you this is like that. Do not hang around people like that. That is absolutely crazy, nuts, and psycho. It's not regular, bro. Do not be with people like that, bro. Fuck what he's talking about, bro. If somebody knows doing that shit, bro, call the police on him. Take him to the police station right now. Tell him you're going to get food with him and take him to the police station and tell him he killed somebody. Do not be around him like that. That dude's a psychopath. He'll probably kill your family next, bro. He went into all these houses and took videos. He'll kill your family next, bro.
You're next.
But with that, we're out. We're out on this one. We'll see y'all in another video soon. Peace.
Peace out.